Salaam Allahi alaikum wa rahmatuhu wa barakatuh. How are you all, my dear sisters? I hope that you are all doing well. Inshallah, today we are going to continue our journey with Quran recitation with Surat al-Kahf. We are going to recite Ayat 36, 37, and 38. Okay? Let's share the screen right away. Okay, now we can see the screen. There you go. As usual, my dear sisters, at the beginning, I'm going to recite, and then I'm going to give you enough time to recite, to repeat after me. Of course, all the microphones are muted, and then we will explain the Tajweed rules in those areas. Okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رددت إلى ربي لأجدن خيرا منها منقلبا. قال له صاحبه وهو يحاوره أكفرت بالذي خلقك من تراب. من تراب ثم من نطفة ثم سواك رجلا. لكننا هو الله ربي ولا أشرك بربي أحدا. Okay, we are going now explain about the Tajweed rules which we do have in those ayat. وما أظن here it's مد جائز منفصل or optional disconnected مد. It's 4, 5, 4 or 5, but we prolong it for 4 because this is the most famous in the way of Hafs from Asim, by the way, of الشاطبية. And this is our narration, which we follow. وما أظن 4 counts. أظن here I have نون مشددة, so stressed noon. So the غنة is going to be the most complete غنة, the longest, the most complete غنة. Okay? If I'm going to stop here, as I did stop here, I'm going to pronounce the stressed noon without any حركة, without any short vowel, because if I'm going to stop, the Dhamma will be omitted and replaced by Sukoon. Also here, if I'm going to stop, the Fatha will be omitted and replaced by Sukoon. Okay? So how I'm going to stop here? أظن. I pronounce the Gunna, the most complete Gunna. I only do not pronounce the short vowel. Here, I'm going to stop. لأجدن. Why we do this? Because if I say أظن when I stop, so the listener will think that this is nun sakina. This is just non-vowel noon. But this is stressed noon, double noon. That's why I must pronounce the gunna to its most complete. The time of the gunna, you must give it completely. Okay? وما أظن الساعة. If I continue for همزة الوصل or linking همزة is going to be dropped. Lam, it's lam shamsiya, is not going to be pronounced. So I'm going to move from the noon with shadda and dhamma to the sin with shadda and fatha. أظن الساعة First scene, it's second, give the time. This is our lesson, was our lesson today. Sorry, this week, last Sunday. The time, the duration of non-vowel letters. We said rakhw letter or loose letter is the longest in between letter or biny letter in between, and strong letter or shadid letter it is the least duration to pronounce non-vowel letter. Okay, so pay attention to this. You must keep this proportion. Okay, must plug in my laptop. Okay. So take care. This proportion you must keep all over your recitation within the same recitation, within the same speed of recitation. So الساعة قائمة. Here, this is مد واجب متصل or mandatory connected mad. It's 4. We prolong it for 4. قائمة, but just pay attention that this mad is going to be heavy, like qaf, because alif following the letter which preceded regarding being heavy or light. So no, you cannot even, if I try to make the mad light, it will be very difficult. I cannot, yeah. So it's heavy, مفخم, like the قا. But pay attention. You are going to pronounce the qa from its articulation form, okay? The farthermost part of the tongue or the back of the tongue with remember with what? With the soft palate, yes? Up. So you are going to pronounce the qaf, and then you are going to leave. Take care. Find pay attention. You are going to leave the articulation point of qaf and move to the fatha and alif. Fatha and alif, they are sharing the same articulation point, which is opening the mouth vertically or lowering the lower jaw, less than with kasra and ya. And the tongue will not be lowered because qaf is heavy. So the shape of the tongue, the back of the tongue will be higher, and there is a curvature, or the tongue will be curved in the middle. Because by this way, that sound will rise to the roof of the palate, or the roof of the mouth. Qaw, qaw, qaw. If you don't open well, the sound will not be good, and we will have imad. قائمة. Here, tanween followed by waw. So waw and ya. Here I have idgham naqis, or not complete merging, or not full merging. Okay? What's remaining from the tanween here? It is the ghunna. And this is the most complete ghunna regarding the duration. And I'm going to produce the ghunna at the same time of pronouncing the waw. قائمة توا. Ghunna and the waw together. And the duration of ghunna, it is the most complete, equal to the time of noon. My dear sister, there is also a proportion. There is also proportion among the duration of ghunna. There is one proportion among the duration of the non-vowel letters. There is a proportion among the duration of ghunna. There is a proportion among the mudud, 2 count, 4 count, 6 count. Whatever the speed of recitation you are using, تحقيق, realization, تدوير, moderation, حدر, fast speed or quick speed recitation. Whatever, even in hadr, the fastest speed, there is still proportion, and you must keep it. Okay. Here I have the noon and the ra. Here it's full merging or idgham, kamil, and without ghunna. So the two parts of the articulation point of noon are going to be totally disappeared. So I'm going to move from hamza with kasra to the ra with shadda and dhamma. Give the first ra, kindly give the first ra, the in-between time, the in-between duration, the bayniyya duration. Wait a little. وَلَا إِرُّوا. Do not say وَلَا إِرُّوا. You omit the first ra. وَلَا إِرُّوا. Okay? And by this way, you didn't only commit one mistake, you commit 2 mistakes. First, you omit a letter, which is the ra sakina. Second, you didn't apply the rule of idgham kamil, full merging, because ra becomes stressed or becomes double or has a shadda because of the rule, because the noon is fully merged into the ra. That's why the ra is having shadda. So take care. Read it to here, my dear sister. I want to take another color. And I want to clear this word. I have, pay attention, my dear sisters. I have dal with sukoon, this dal, the second dal, and I have ta with dhamma. Dal and ta, if you remember, my dear sisters, we have ta, dal, and ta. The 3, they are one family, and they are sharing the same articulation point, correct? Remember, I will give you 3 seconds. What is the articulation point of ta, dal, and ta? Very well. Excellent. They are produced from tip of the tongue. With, it is important, with the roots of the upper central inside the roots inside. You did watch it more than one time. with the roots of the upper central inside. Yes? Very good. My dear sister, when letters are sharing the same articulation point, but they are different in some of their characteristics, like here, dal and ta, and the first one is having sukoon, second one is having any short vowel, so the first one is going to be fully merged into the second. And this is what you call idgham kamil. Idgham mutajanisayni, or similar merging, because they are sharing the same articulation point, but they are different in some of their characteristics. So dal is going to be fully merged into ta. That's why ta is having shadda. This is the sign of full merging in Quran. First one will not have sukoon. There is no sign of sukoon here. And the second, the next letter is going to have shadda. So dal is totally omitted. Okay. So I'm going to move from dal with kasra to the ta with shadda and dhamma. Rudit to. Pay attention. Rudit to. Rudit to. Just give the first ta, which is strong letter, shadid letter, but give it this time. Rudit to. So this dal is totally merged. It's called idgham mutajanisayni, or similar merging. They are sharing the same articulation point, but they are different in some of their characteristics. That's why all the tajweed lessons start with makharij, start with articulation point. Number two, the characteristics, because all the rules after those two lessons are depending upon those two lessons. Okay? Fine. Ila Rabbi, just do not overlook the natural math. Ila, 2 counts. Okay? This. Do not overlook. Rabbi, Rabb, 2 ba. Rabbi, Rabbi, do not say Rabbi. Just close. Give the letter. Rabbi, do not press. Rabbi, no. Rabbi, لأجدن, it's already explained here with أظن, خيرا, ha, تفهيم, heavy letter, it's having fatha, so they, and not followed by a natural mad alif, so this is the second level of tafhim. Ha, لأجدن خيرا. This year, what is the kind of this year? I'm not going to answer. This is a question for you. What is the kind of this year? Is this a natural mad yeah, or this yeah lean, an easy yeah? Think. 3 seconds. Perfect. This is yeah lean or soft yeah, because the sign of yeah lean or soft yeah and wow lean or soft wow in Quran, that the scholars, they put the sign of sukun over them, while if it's a natural mad yeah, they do not put the sign of sukun, although of course the natural mad yeah, it is having sukun to differentiate, to help us to differentiate between them. Okay, plus it's preceded by fatah. So this is يعني. خيرا منها. Of course, tanween followed by mim. This is full merging. إدغام, full merging. إدغام كامل, most complete غنة. خيرا منها. The duration. Remember the duration. The proportion of everything in your recitation. This is the most important. The most important. Or say one of the most important, because everything is important, but one of the most important, or one of the things that it's going to be with you always, always. خيرا منها. Here I have noon with sukoon. The time of the duration of ghunna here, it's the incomplete ghunna, because the duration of ghunna, it is the duration of the letter itself. Noon, it's an in-between letter or بيني letter. So the duration of ghunna here equal the duration of the letter, the duration of a بيني letter, just only. Do not prolong it. Find it. If you prolong this غنة, that means you are giving it another حكم, another rule. Okay? That's why I'm telling you proportion is essential, everything. Here we have proportion among the duration of غنة. It's most complete, complete, or incomplete, or most incomplete. منها, just do not overlook the natural mad. منقلبة, of course, here is going to be إخفاء. Okay? The إخفاء here, I did explain before, but we'll explain again once each video. When I'm going to apply إخفاء, what I'm going to do. Number one, just there are steps. Number one, I'm going to prepare the mouth to the articulation point of the next letter, which is قاف. Number two, at the same time, I'm going to start to produce the غنة from the nasal cavity. And this is going to be the complete غنة. Regarding the duration, it is the complete غنة, second letter. Number three, at the same time, generally, not here, generally, there will be a hint of a sound coming out from the mouth, except with قاف and كاف. And after this, after I finish all this, I'm going to pronounce the next letter. So three things I'm going to do together. The third is with all the letters except for with قاف and كاف, because with قاف and كاف, the articulation point of the tongue part is completely closed by the articulation point of قاف and كاف. So there is no sound running to the mouth. It's all to the nose, to the nasal cavity. Up, no way to go to the mouth. But the other letter, yes, there is a hint of sound, a hint. You know, hint of sound. That's why when I apply إخفاء with any letter except with قاف and كاف, there will, even if I close my nose, there will be a sound. Yes, it's a hand sound or slight sound, but there is a sound. And this is the difference between إخفاء and إدغام. Inshallah, we will study the lesson of أحكام النون الساكنة والتنوين, the rules of نون ساكنة and تنوين, inshallah, and over there it will be explained in this. So here there is no hint of sound coming from the mouth. It's totally from the nose. منقلبة, and of course the غنة is going to be heavy because of the epiglottis. It's moved backward. So the throat is tightened, or the passage from where the sound is coming becomes narrow. Okay? I'm prolonging more than it's needed just to help you notice. Here after قاف, look to the sun. If it's for example دال, من دا, touch. You look the sound light and heavy. So it's going to be منقلبة, لا, ba. Open your mouth well, and if the letter is light like lamb, lower your tongue. لا, not لا, not لا, إمالة. قال له, there is nothing, only here I have مد صلة صغرى or minor linking mad. It's 2 counts, as if you are pronouncing well, just like well. It's written well, tiny well. قال له صا. Wow, the highest degree of tafkhim, the highest degree of heaviness. Because Sad is having fatha and followed by natural mad alif. So this is the highest. Sa. Some of our sisters pronounce it Similar to sin. Sa, not sa, because sa, you are not hiring the back of the tongue. The back of the tongue is higher, and the middle of the part of the tongue, there is a curve, it's curved, and you return the epiglots. Remove the epiglots backward to make the throat become tight. Now, صا صا. This is مفخما مطبق. تفخيم and إطباق. Heaviness and adhesion. صاحبه. Same again two counts because this is the minor linking mad or mad صلة صغرى. Where who where who where who where who okay وهو يحاوره. Just complete the حركات. This as we explained before. Complete the حركات. ضمة is ضمة from its articulation point, which is the same of واو. واو فتحة it's فتحة from its articulation point. كسرة is كسرة from its articulation point, and give it its duration. You, this is slow motion. You, notice my mouth. Find it. You, ha, we, ru, who. This is how we pronounce the harakat, the short vowels. وهو يحاوره. Here I have mad sila kubra or major linking mad, this one. Okay, so it's going to be 4 or 5, but we pronounce what we prolonged for 4 because this is the most famous. 4 counts. أكفرت أكفرت أكفرت. The ra is heavy. Fine, because it has sukun, preceded by fatha. But fa, light. Kaf, light. Hamza, light. So do not say akafa. Akafa, you turn the fa into heavy. As always we say, if you pronounce the fatha or any short vowel properly, especially if it's followed by heavy letter, the heaviness of this letter will not affect the lightness of the preceding letter. So, fa, open vertically and lower your tongue. 2 things we do when we pronounce fatha and alif. Vertical opening or lowering the jaw. Number 1. Number 2, the position of your tongue. If it's light, lower. If it's heavy, curve. In the middle, and the farthermost will be high. A, K, fa, R, ta. أكفرت أكفرت بالذي. Of course, hamster was here is going to be on mud, but it's in the middle. Moving from the back with kasra to the lam with shadda and fatha. بالذي, natural mud. Do not overlook. بالذي خلقك. This example we did take in our lesson of pronounce the non-vowel letters, non-vowel صحيح letters with short vowel, and we said do not prolong any short vowel and do not shorten. Both are not correct. Yeah, the time of fatha here, fatha of ha equals the fatha time of lam with fatha equals the time of qaf with fatha equals the time of kaf with fatha. خلقك خلقك. The time of the non-vowel vowel letters are equal. The time or the duration of non-vowel صحيحة vowel متحركة letters are من تراب. Here I have it. I already explained, but here it's going to be live. من تراب. And here I have a slight sound coming out from the sound. I said there's a slight sound except for qaf and kaf. It's good. I'm producing the one and I'm closing the nose, but still there is a sound because this is correct. With ikhfa, there is a hint of sound, slight sound coming out with the gunna. And that's why That's why, and how come it's logically if there is no a slight sound coming out from the mouth when we pronounce the إخفاء except with قاف and كاف. So how the غنة is affected by the following letter, correct? Okay. So you look, the sound. This is correct with إخفاء. من تراب. Okay. من تراب تنوين with فاء, it's إخفاء. Same. ثم I have him meme with شدة, same like him with شدة, most complete غنة. ثم if I start here, I'm going to produce the most complete غنة also, but no فتحة. ثم if I stop. ثم to indicate that the meme here is stressed or double. ثم من نطفة نون with نون, it is إدغام متماثلين, also إدغام كامل, full merging. So moving from the meme with كسرة to the noon with شدة and ضمة. من نطفات نطف, the ta is having سكون, so I will apply قلقلة نطف نطف نطفات تنوين and then فاء, so إخفاء already explained. ثم ميم غنة most complete. The غنة of إخفاء it is the complete. إدغام most complete. So إدغام it is the highest. Follow the most complete is the complete of إخفاء. سواك. Here my dear sisters. سو, the wow is having shadda. So there is a nub. Nub, it means stress, that you are going to push the sound a little before entering to the wow, or at the same time of pronouncing the wow. So, there is a push in the sound. This is the nub. سواك, so, okay? سواك, so, okay? And do not overlook this natural notes. سواك. If I'm going to stop, I will have مد عارض السكون. سواك. Because here I have مد. رجلا. Nothing. Just the ra is heavy. Only. Not jim, no. را. رجلا. رجلا. را. رجلا. 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 Of course, تنوين, if I'm going to stop, it's going to be omitted. تنوين فتح. It's going to be omitted and replaced by مد عوض for 2 counts. لكن I did stop here in our station. I stopped here. Why? Because here I have a rule. This is the alif with rectangular 0. It's repeated in Surah الكهف more. Alif with rectangular 0. It's called الألفات السبعة or the 7 alif. The 7 alif. Alif. There are 7 words in the Quran. If I continue recitation, this alif will be omitted. If I stop, it will be pronounced. Okay? This is regarding this word because the 7 alif, there are 2 of them. Qawarira and Thalathila, they have special. But lakinna, this is the rule, okay? If you continue, it will be dropped. If you stop, I will pronounce. If I stop, lakinna. If I continue, lakinna huwa. Huwa Allahu. Of course, the lam here of the word Allah, the Almighty, is going to be heavy because it's preceded by fatha. Huwa Allah. Hamzat al-wasla or the linking hamza is going to be dropped. The first lam is going to be dropped. It's lam shamsiyya. Okay, or it's fully merged into the second lam. It's the same. Okay. So I'm going to move from the wow, and this is called, by the way, إدغام متماثلين, identical, merged. I'm going to move from the wow with فتحة to the lam with شدة and فتحة. هو الله. هو الله. Okay? هو الله. هو الله. Fine? ربي. On the back stressed to back. Give the first back its time. ولا أشرك. Here I have مد جائز منفصل or optional disconnected مد. For fast, as explained before. أشرك the sheen have to pull. So think, well, if any letter, any صحيح letter, any non-vowel letter has the سكون, I have to remember if this letter loose, رخ, or strong شديد, or بيني, to give it its correct duration. Sheen, it's رخ, loose or soft, with different translation. So give it its time, the longest. ولا أش. Push. My lips are not moved. Push. أشرك بربي. Here, say, optional disconnected مد or مد جائز منفصل. If I'm going to stop here, the تنوين فتح is going to be omitted and replaced by مد عوض for today. Okay? Well, أحد, all its life. Actually, well, this is all for today. It's not difficult. Inshallah, it's easy. So, سلام الله عليكم ورحمته وبركاته. Okay?